What's going on, everybody? Y'all already know this, your boy Denny from AllThatGrassLawncare. Today is October 2nd, and I had the opportunity to actually come down to this great facility, and they're going to give us a tour on all the equipment that they rent here, and I tell you, it's spectacular. I can't wait for you to see it, but before you see it, I definitely gotta let you, I'm gonna introduce these great gentlemen right here, so stay tuned.
Good morning, and this is A to Z Rentals here in Wallingford, Connecticut. My name is Patrick, and along with our manager, Alfredo, we're going to give you a little tour of what's here. Many thanks to Danny Hernandez from AllThatGrassLawncare, who's been a great partner on this. And the Connecticut Groundskeepers Association is where we met. So if anybody out there is a member, we want to shout out to them and say thank you for setting up the event as you do. Here in Connecticut, we're A to Z Rentals, and in New York's Hudson Valley, we're Tool Rentals by Durant. So wherever your project is, we're here to help. Alfredo?
Good morning, my name is Alfredo Vargas and I am the manager of this store. So, para todos mis amigos que hablan español, tenemos muchas máquinas que ofrecerles para rentar y nosotros les vamos a enseñar todo tipo de máquinas en este momento. Bienvenidos.
What's going on? This is Danny from AllThatGrassLawncare, and we are back again where we're going to have an opportunity to get this tour on and popping and check out all the great equipment that you have the opportunity to rent right here in Wallingford at A to Z. But before we go, I'm gonna turn it over to Patrick right here.
So good morning. I'm going to walk you through some of the equipment today. This you see here is a light tower. So at this time of the year when the sun's setting very early, you want to finish that project in one day, make the investment in a light tower, you can still get that project done. Also works great for events or parties, or if you have a project out on the roadside where you want to have a little bit more safety. And I'll let Alfredo explain this in Spanish.
Hola amigos, so aquí tenemos esta light tower que sirve para poner en todo tipo de trabajos cuando hacen concreto o para cualquier fiesta que ustedes necesiten. Esta light tower utiliza diésel y es muy buena para una noche que ustedes quieran alumbrar algo.
So here we have a 185 CFM compressor. You can run two separate jackhammers off of this. So if you've got a project where you've got to break up some cement, this is going to be your best friend. You can also use it for blowing out air lines or water lines, maybe on a golf course or other environments. But this is a very friendly unit, towable, easy to pick up. Whether you have a tow hitch or not, don't worry, we can provide you with a tow hitch.
Aquí tenemos un compresor, es 185 compresor de aire para utilizar en varios tipos de trabajos, como para romper piedra y también para limpiar tuberías para el invierno.
So this is one of our Kubota units. This one doesn't have the backhoe attachment on the back, but you can attach a York rake to this. So if you're doing large-scale lawn work, you want to get that ground prepared, you can backblade it with this and use the York rake to pop out all of those rocks and prep that land. Very nice unit. I've used it myself, easy to operate. Don't have to be a pro, but it will work for both your homeowner project as well as for your lawn care professional.
Aquí tenemos una Kubota B26. Esta máquina sirve para mover tierra y también sirve para rascar. Esta máquina utiliza diésel y es muy buena para todo tipo de trabajos, sobre todo landscape.
So here is a MT100. This is a great smaller unit. It's a stand-on, ride-on. As you can see, our model right here is showing us the controls. This also comes with a tooth bucket, and it works great. Great for smaller projects, great for tight spaces, easy to put onto a trailer and tow to your project. But this is one you're going to really love to work with. You got to move gravel, you got to move sand, you got to move dirt. This is going to be one of your best friends.
So, esta máquina es una Bobcat MT100 y sirve para mover tierra. También enfrente se le pueden poner diferentes attachments que sirven como para rascar, hacer hoyos y también para todo tipo de trabajos. Esta máquina utiliza diésel y también puedes ir parado atrás de la máquina.
So here we have a pair of loaders, and you can see the loaders is one of those devices that's got a lot of different features and functions to it because you can change the blades. Here we have a straight blade on it. It's also available with tooth blade. We'll talk a little later. We have the brush hog that you see over here, as well as a variety of other adapters. We have a stump crusher we can put on this. So instead of a stump grinder that's going to give you a lot of sawdust, the stump crusher is going to give you bigger chunks and make it easier to move. We have lots of adapters for this. Available both tracks and with tires depending upon your environment. Also good for snow removal, and we're getting new tracks in just specifically to work with snow and ice. We also have a lovely adapter up front that will sweep your parking lot and get that parking lot all cleaned up in the springtime if you want to get ready to put down some new lines on that parking lot and get it ready to go. So I'm going to bring it back to Alfredo.
Estas dos máquinas que están aquí son skid steers y ese es track loader. Esta máquina sirve para muchos tipos de trabajos. Esta en particular es una máquina para cortar pasto. También tenemos aquella que es una takuchi con un bucket. Este bucket sirve para mover tierra, pero también vamos a tener máquinas para limpiar nieve con un sistema nuevo de tracks que va a ser especialmente para la nieve. Estas dos máquinas son muy populares y siempre están saliendo para todo tipo de rentas.
Patrick, and what do we have right here? Wow.
This is one of our family of cat units. This happens to be a 302.7. We go down to the micro, the 300.9, which will fit in a basement. You could do work in a basement. It'll fit through the gate in the backyard. We go up to a 307.5. Cat controls, easy to operate. You have a thumb as well as a blade, so you can move that earth around. You got to pick up rocks. You got to pick up logs. You got to move stuff. This is going to be your best friend. These units are great to work with. I've used this unit myself. You have a wonderful unit. Once again, with the treads, it's going to go where you need it to go. Fredo?
Esta es una excavadora 302.7. Esta excavadora sirve para rascar hoyos y también tiene el thumb. El thumb sirve para agarrar troncos, sirve para mover cosas y tenemos una variedad de excavadoras que todas son Caterpillar y también tenemos Takuchi. Muchas de las máquinas que tenemos aquí están listas para rentar.
So now we're moving into another Kubota series. This Kubota does have the backhoe on the back. Once again, I've operated this unit and I'm not a pro, but it's easy to learn the controls and you have good productivity with this unit. You got the loader adapter in the front, backhoe in the back, easy to operate. We also have the L37, which is this one's bigger brother. So depending upon your project, this is going to work for you. Let's say you have to take down trees and you don't want to cut them up to man-portable size. You don't have a chipper available. You can cut them down to 5 or 6. So now we're moving into another Kubota unit. This happens to have the loader in the front and the backhoe in the back. Great unit, easy to operate. I'm not a professional. I've operated this machine quite successfully, moving rocks and removing rocks. Nice if you wanted to use this in the back area, if you needed to put it in a trench or prepare an area for planting a tree. You got the loader in the front. And let's say you were taking down trees, you didn't want to chop them up. You could actually cut those branches down to, let's say, 5 or 6 feet and use this to throw them into a dump truck or into a dump trailer. Excellent unit. We also have the L47, which is the big brother version of this, and you're going to like that. Same controls, easy to operate.
Esta máquina que tenemos aquí es una B26, es una Kubota y tiene su bucket enfrente y tiene su mano para rascar atrás, para hacer todo tipo de trabajos como piscinas, hacer todo tipo de landscape. Y esta máquina también hay una más grande, que es la L47. Esa es de 8,000 libras. Esta es de 4,000.
So what do we have right here, Patrick?
This is a telehandler. Telehandler is one of our newer pieces of gear. It's got a 19-foot stretch. In addition to the forks that you see on this, we also have extended forks. We can also put a man lift on this. If you look over to your right a little bit, you're going to see a man lift that happens to be on one of our forklifts at the moment. But you can put that man lift on here. It gives you a 19-foot reach. So if you're a Department of Public Works, if you're a campus manager for a school, and you have to do seasonal decorations, you have to get up and maybe clean some windows higher on the building, this is going to be your best friend. One of the important things to remember is if you're using the man platform or the personnel platform, you want to use all your safety gear, have your proper harnesses in place.
Absolutely.
Alfredo?
Para todos los que quieran utilizar esta máquina es de 19 pies. Es un lift que sirve para muchos tipos de trabajos, especialmente para subir cosas sobre los techos y es muy safe. La máquina es de diésel. Ustedes pueden utilizarla con forks, con un bucket o también con un basket.
Now this happens to be just one of our family of lifts. This is a towable lift. It's going to go up. We have these ranging from 35 feet to 60 feet depending upon the solution that you need. Once again, great for doing tree work, great for doing work on roofs if you got to do some roofing work. This is going to be your best friend. I've personally used this. The self-leveling feature of this is wonderful. You turn the unit on. I've operated this on hills, significant hills. You turn it on, those legs are going to go down. It's going to self-level the unit so you're operating in a safe environment. Once again, remember to wear your safety harness when you're up in that bucket.
So, esta máquina que tenemos aquí es una lift de 35 pies. Tenemos de 35 pies, tenemos de 50. Y esta máquina la utilizan especialmente para cortar árboles, la utilizan para pintar casas y para cualquier otro tipo de trabajo que requiera un lift. Esta máquina es eléctrica y es muy fácil de utilizar.
Here we have a forklift. So if you've got a warehouse, and forklifts from time to time, they break down and you still have a mission to complete. So if you need to get some temporary support while you're waiting on parts, here's the forklift. Once again, it has a manned platform, or it'll have regular forks just for moving equipment around, or for moving materials around, as well as product. So this is something, let's say you need to do the light bulbs in a very tall room. You know what I mean? This could be your best friend if the telehandler wouldn't fit in the building. But you're going to like this unit. This is a great one.
Acá tenemos un forklift de 5,000 libras. Este forklift se utiliza mucho para muchas máquinas que levantan cosas. Esta máquina es de gasolina y diésel. Y tenemos el basket de arriba también. Es una adición. Pero también tenemos forks que extienden más.
So here we have a chipper, everybody's best friend when it comes to removing trees. We have 3 different models. We have a 6-inch, a 12-inch, and a 15-inch. So depending upon your project, get the one that fits for your environment. This is towable. It's a great unit. I've used this myself. You're going to love this unit. So you can direct this chute to shoot it into the back of your truck if you had a truck, or just off through a section of your yard where you wanted to put all the wood chips. But you're going to like this. This is going to make short work of any project you have. This happens to be our 12-inch, but like I said, they're available both 6-inch and 15.
Aquí tenemos una chipeadora. Esta especialmente es de 12 pulgadas, pero tenemos también de 6, tenemos de 12 y de 15. Estas máquinas son muy buenas para cortar árboles y romperlos. Entonces, esta máquina es diésel y tenemos varias aquí en esta tienda.
So now that you've taken that tree down, or you've broken up that cement, you have to get it off the job site or off your own property, depending if you're a lawn care professional, a mason, you're doing stone work, whatever the case may be. This is a dump trailer. Dump trucks are very expensive, and you don't need them every day. The dump trailer is towable by your truck, and once you get it there, you can fill this up with 6,000 pounds worth of items. I think you even go a little more than that. Gross vehicle weight of this is over 8,000. Once you get it there, bring it to your junkyard, bring it to your yard, wherever you want to dump it, lift it up, and get rid of it. If you need to deliver, let's say you need to bring gravel or sand or dirt to a job project, works just as well. This is going to be delivered to you clean, so you can just fill it with the items you need, your building materials, and bring it off to your job site. These are a lifesaver, and they're key to improving your productivity.
So, este trailer es una trailer de dampeo y esta la pueden utilizar para todo tipo de trabajos, especialmente para mover troncos, tierra, arena. Y esta máquina es de 12 pies de largo y se puede poner en cualquier truck que sea 250 o 350.
So what do we have right here?
This is a 35 horsepower Hurricane ride-on, stand-on leaf blower. These things are outstanding. This is 35 horsepower. I don't have to rake that lawn. I've spoken with landscapers, professionals that use this, and they say you can basically get an acre of space done in about an hour. This is a true productivity champion. You're going to love it. It's really not that noisy. I was expecting it to be a lot louder, but make sure you wear your hearing protection and save your hearing when you're operating this. With any piece of equipment, always important to protect your hearing. And we do have eye protection and hearing protection available at our counters of all of our stores. Alfredo?
Esta máquina es una sopladora. Esta máquina es muy potente para soplar todo tipo de hojas. Y ahorita en este momento que caen las hojas, esta máquina les puede ayudar para ese tipo de trabajos. Tiene desde 35 caballos y tiene la salida hacia enfrente o hacia los lados.
So now we're going to move over to our Bobcat. This is a zero-turn mower. Anybody who's had a chance to mow a lawn knows a zero-turn is a productivity saver because it's going to reduce your time.
Absolutely.
We also have the safety guard back here. So if you have to get into a tighter space, you can get it underneath a gazebo or something. But you're going to love this unit. They work great. They're really quick. They're definitely going to save you time. And was it 60 inches on this, Alfredo?
61.
61. So you've got 5 feet worth of space that you're doing. You're going to get that job done quick. You look great behind the wheel of that too.
Nah, absolutely. Thank you so much. Hey, listen, just to get back to leaf cleanup and also these mowers. Look, guys, we all know if you're a landscaper, this is what we use on a day-to-day operation. And the reason why I'm stressing this is because we all know it's fall season. Those of you that know, you're out there cutting that grass and making that cash. And not only that, you're out there picking up the leaves. So make sure if you need a piece of equipment to move a whole bunch of leaves, come down to Wallingford right here and check out Patrick and his team, and they'll guide you and give you the right piece of equipment.
If you have a smaller yard beyond the 35 horsepower, we also have a 13 horsepower unit that's a pushable unit that's going to work for a smaller yard. Get the right size machine for the right size job.
Sounds great.
Aquí tenemos esta máquina para cortar pasto, es de 61 pulgadas y pues esta máquina es muy eficiente para cortar cualquier tipo de pasto. Es un motor Kawasaki y mucha gente utiliza este tipo de máquinas para sus casas.
So here we have a roller, articulate, so it's easy to move around. So let's say you're putting down a lawn and you want to compress that lawn before you're bringing your York rake to prep the environment. This is going to be your best friend. These work really great. They're a bit noisy, but they get the job done. You're going to like using this unit right here. Sir?
Este es un roller de 1,5 toneladas. Esta máquina utiliza gasolina y sirve para hacer todo tipo de driveways. Esta máquina puede ir en un trailer pequeño y cualquier persona puede rentarla para su casa.
So here we have a post hole digger that's towable. We have a few different versions of this. We have a 2-man, a single man, and this happens to be the towable version. Great for larger projects. So if you're putting in a fence, if you have to put in the foundation for a new deck on the back of your house or on a project you're working on, we have the auger bits that'll go from 6 inches up to 18 inches. So you're going to definitely get what you need out of this unit. I've used this unit. This is great. Once you get into the job site, you just remove this bar, the tow bar, and then you can move this thing around one person, no problem. If you got to go uphill, you want to have a buddy. It's a little bit heavy if you're pushing it uphill, but on flat land, it's easy enough for one guy to move around.
So acá tenemos esta máquina de groundhog, que significa es para hacer hoyos. Tenemos todo tipo de bits, desde 6 pies hasta 24 pies. Con esta máquina ustedes pueden hacer hoyos para poner todo tipo de cases para la casa.
So here we have a 3-foot trencher. You have to run a power line from your house out to a shed. You have to run a power line from your house out to a swimming pool or some other external electrical source. Or if you need to put in ground drainage, this is going to be great. If you need to go deeper than this, we can attach was it a 6-foot one, a 60-inch one to the
60-inch for the skid
steer, which is nice. But you have to go deeper. You can do that. Or if you need a smaller project, we have an 18-inch one as well. This is a great unit. This will get the job done. Tracks to make it easier for moving around your property or your job space.
Aquí tenemos una máquina que se llama Trencher. Es una máquina de 36 pies, 36 pulgadas hoy. Utiliza tracks, también es de gas y sirve para hacer todo tipo de trabajos cuando ponen tuberías abajo de la tierra. Y también tenemos una que es pequeña, es de 16.
So here's a stump grinder. I have probably over 20 hours of operating on this unit. This works great. It doesn't really work in tight spaces, but I've gotten in some pretty skinny spots to do the job. I took out massive trees with this just last year, and these work great. Much better than I've seen with other units. I've seen wheeled units in the past that were just not easy to operate and dreadful for moving around your property. But these tracks and manipulating, you can get this around the yard very quickly. And it moves pretty quick from stump to stump. So you're going to be seeing really good productivity with this project.
Aquí tenemos una stump grinder. Esta máquina sirve para cortar troncos. Tiene un disco de 19 pulgadas. Y la máquina es de gasolina. Esta máquina sirve para que limpien toda su yarda de cualquier tronco que después de cortar un árbol sigue ahí y muchas veces la gente no lo quiere quitar porque dice que es difícil, pero en realidad utilizando esta máquina ustedes se pueden ahorrar mucho dinero.
What's going on, everyone? As you can see, we are here at A to Z and the tour has been fantastic, but we're not done just yet. Patrick has more to show, so stay tuned.
Here we have a material lift. So let's say you've got a project where you're doing a roofing project. You're going to get those shingles up to the roof. Improve your productivity and save your employees some back pain by using this to bring your shingles up to the roof. But you can move a variety of products with this, not just shingles. You're going to like using this unit right here. It's very convenient to use, and it's got good mobility once you get the wheels down.
Esta máquina es una material lift. Esta máquina sirve para subir todo tipo de cosas arriba de partes que ustedes quieren subir como aires acondicionados. Utiliza estos dos forks y también es muy fácil de mover en una pickup truck.
So here we have one of our family of generators. This is great. You can bring this to a job site along with an electric jackhammer like you see in my left hand, and you could use these in concert. You could run all types of equipment off of this. saws, you name it. If you've got hardwired stuff, most everybody's got batteries now. You can also run part of your house off of this in an emergency. You're going to like using this unit. This jackhammer, I've used these myself to break up cement patios. They will beat you up a little bit, but they will get the job done a lot better than using a sledgehammer.
So aquí tenemos un generador de 6000 watts. Este generador ustedes lo pueden utilizar para todo tipo de construcción. Lo utilizan para poner, como por ejemplo este martillo, ustedes lo pueden ocupar aquí y pueden ocuparlo para cuando se va la luz en la casa. Este tipo de generadores es de 6000 watts.
So now, beyond landscaping, we can support the plumbing industry as well. This happens to be one of our snake units. This is a great unit. I've rented this out many, many times. In my left hand here, we have a tile saw that'll also work for pavers. So if you're a landscaper, you're doing hardscapes, you're putting in patios and things like that, this can be your best friend for cutting those bricks down to get just the right size you need to finish off that project.
So aquí tenemos dos máquinas. Esta es un snake. Esta sirve para limpiar todo tipo de tuberías cuando se tapan. Tenemos en varias medidas. Tenemos en media, 3/4 y 3/8. Y aquí a mi izquierda tenemos una máquina para cortar tile. So, en este momento tiene una blade que es para cortar block. Pero aquí se puede cambiar el blade a diferente material. Esta máquina se renta por día y tenemos varias de estas en esta tienda.
So here we have an aerator. So in your fall or your spring where you're getting ready to aerate your lawn, this is going to be a great unit. In addition to this, we also have a ride-on, stand-on aerator overseeder. Unfortunately, they're all out with clients. They're being rented right now, so I can't display one for you. But this is a great unit, good for a small job. It's going to work really well. Going to aerate that lawn and get that lawn ready for overseeding and get you ready for your spring or your fall session.
And we all know, I've been talking about on my podcast how we need to maximize our profits. And what are we doing to maximize our profits? Overseeding and aerating. Definitely, this is a great machine. I've used it in the past and I'm using it now. This is what I use for my yards, and great to aerate and open up that soil.
So here we have, once again,
So, esta máquina es un aerator y esta máquina se utiliza para hacer hoyos en la tierra. Después del verano, ustedes necesitan hacer hoyos en el pasto para que salga el aire es como para darle oxígeno. Entonces esta máquina se utiliza para eso, para hacer hoyos.
So if you have a larger kind of project where you're pouring cement, this is going to be nice. It's going to be able to give you that finished look. This is going to be for your finished blade. You switch that blade around and it's going to give you the smoothing out of the cement and then the finished look. This is great. Folks who have rented these have really raved about them. They love using it. I haven't had any time on this machine, but everybody that has used it has come back with very positive comments.
So, aquí tenemos una máquina que es para concreto. Esta sirve para aplanar el concreto y mucha gente la utiliza, especialmente contratistas, la utilizan después de poner concreto.
Here we have a log splitter. So if you're doing your landscaping services during the spring, summer, and fall, and you're selling firewood in the winter, this is going to be a great tool for prepping those logs and getting them down to the right size for a homeowner to burn or for a business to burn. As you can see, the machine's relatively new. These work great. I've used these machines. They are definitely a lifesaver. It's a lot more fun than swinging an axe in a mall all day long trying to get those logs down into firewood size.
So, aquí tenemos una log splitter. Esta máquina se utiliza para cortar árboles. Después de que cortan los árboles, ustedes la ponen aquí y este wedge corta los árboles como si fuera una hacha. Entonces tenemos varios tipos de máquinas para esto. Esta máquina también se puede mover hacia abajo para que puedan poner el log abajo.
And here we have Danny hanging out in another one of our zero-turn mowers, which is just a great unit to use. Nice, comfy seat. You know what I mean? This is the way you want. It's the executive chair in this unit, that's for sure. You're going to love using this.
Absolutely.
So, esta máquina es otra máquina para cortar pasto. Algo que mucha gente necesita es que luego tienen sus máquinas, pero se rompen. Entonces, mucha gente viene aquí a rentar nuestras máquinas porque de verdad necesitan cortar el pasto.
Well, as you can see, Patrick, this tour has been amazing, and I just want to say thank you very much for showing us all this great equipment that you have right in our backyard, because in all actuality, I'm a landscaper myself, and you know, I'm out there cutting that grass and trying to be profitable, and sometimes our equipment does break, Patrick, and you know, when it breaks in times where it's unexpected, and you have to have it's not the customer's problem. You literally have to fix that problem yourself as a business owner. So definitely appreciate the tour. But what do we have here? I see this up here.
This is a scissor jack. So if you're managing a property, if you're a facilities manager, and you get, let's say, a gymnasium or a very tall entranceway into your building, you got to change those light bulbs. You got to clean that environment. This is going to be your best friend. You're going to get into this. Once again, employ all your safety harnesses, but you'll be able to get up there and take care of those light bulbs that are really difficult.
That's awesome.
So aquí tenemos un lift. Este lift es de 19 pies. Este lift lo pueden ocupar para todo tipo de trabajos. Ustedes pueden ocuparlo para cambiar algún foco, muchas veces para levantar chingos, para pintar. Es una máquina muy fácil de utilizar y también es fácil de transportar. Tenemos un tráiler especialmente para esta máquina y es muy bueno rentar este tipo de máquinas.
Here we have our electronic signage. So you usually see these on the side of the road for safety of your staff members and your employees if you're doing a project next to the side of the highway. But they're not just for highway safety alone. This would be a great way to advertise a 50th anniversary, any type of family celebration. So you want to make sure your family members get to the right location. This is a great way to put up a sign and let them know where that party is going to be.
So aquí tenemos un sign. Este sign es solar, o sea, se carga con el sol. Y también ustedes pueden poner cualquier tipo de mensaje. Lo pueden ocupar para cualquier fiesta o lo pueden ocupar para la carretera más que nada. La máquina es muy fácil de mover y aquí la tenemos en Wallingford.
So as you can see here, we've been on the tour and we bumped into the masonry section. And those of you who are masonry, mixing concrete, what do we have here, Patrick?
Hey, you can mix it up in a cement wheelbarrow, all day long, but you want to get your productivity up. You want to get that job done faster and keep your staff more productive. These are going to be your best friends. You can use this. In addition to these, we have one with a directional pour. So if you're doing fittings for a deck or something, you're going to have less waste. Because instead of just slopping it into the area with a wheelbarrow, you can actually have a funnel that's going to split it right into where you want it. So what you need on the cement side, we can help you there as well. I know a lot of our landscapers are also doing some patio work and stone work, and this is going to be your best friend.
So aquí tenemos dos máquinas para mezclar concreto. Cualquiera de las dos es buena para eso. Solamente que hay una diferencia. Esta es para concreto y esta es para mortar. So, esas dos máquinas las tenemos listas para que sean usadas aquí en Wallingford.
Gracias, que tenga buen día.
Another example of what you can do with the skid steer / loader. This is the auger adapter that you can put on here. So if you need to get deeper into the ground to set up post holes, or if you need to put in a foundation for a new deck going up, this is going to be your best friend. But if you just look up a little bit, you'll notice that we're not just tools. We also have an entire party team. And this is one of our smaller tents. We can do tents for weddings, any type of celebration. We have tents with roofs, with windows. We can work with the local town to ensure we're in compliance with all the protocols for power, safety, fire, as well as we'll work with the town to ensure that there's nothing under the ground where we might mount this equipment that might interfere with communications or water lines. We will work with you and the town to make sure whatever you need is getting done and getting done right. We'll talk a little bit more about partying in a little bit.
Wow, that's awesome. That's totally awesome how you're not only geared just for equipment, but you also are doing parties, and I'm looking forward to see what you have in that
quite
area.
a bit for party. You're going to love it.
All right.
So, para todos mis amigos también tenemos carpas. So, es una división diferente de party. Aquí les podemos rentar mesas, sillas, vasos, platos, cucharas. Y tenemos también carpas de diferentes tamaños que van desde, no sé, 2010, 2020, 2030. Podemos hacer hasta carpas de 100 por 50. Es una división diferente, pero también está todo aquí en A2C Rentals en Wallingford.
What's going on, everyone? As you can see, we've been here doing the tour at A to Z, and what a fantastic time. I just want to stress, I am very thankful to be a part of your tour. This has been a fantastic day. And one thing that I want to point out is that you know, not only do they have big equipment from bobcats to skid steers to, whether you're doing tree work, but they also have smaller equipment for those projects at the DIY, or whether you're, again, in the party, and we'll get into it. So I just wanted to say, Patrick, can you please show us what you have inside for flooring or for those smaller jobs that everybody can do?
Danny, thanks again for this opportunity
I
to be part of
appreciate you.
All That Grass Lawn Care and the All That Grass podcast. It's been great.
Thank you.
So if you're doing in-the-house projects, we have a few different things. You need to get up old tiles, need to get up old carpeting. We have these types of units. These come in real handy. Once again, if you're moving stuff outside, you want to protect the lawn you're working on, you can throw these down on the ground as a protection unit and drive equipment over it.
Nice.
See that right there?
Yeah, I would.
4x8. They don't weigh a lot. They're easy to take care of.
Yeah.
What you hear are cutoff saws. So if you have to get through a cement block wall, these are going to be your best friend. Got to move a refrigerator. I've used these more than once. These are going to save you. That belt locks it in place so you can move it safely. Need to redo your hardwood floors. Need to sand your floors. This is great. We can provide you with the education and training on this, as well as all the paper you need to complete the project. You need to drill a hole through a cement block wall or through a cement floor. This is going to be your best friend. We have a variety of size of augers. Let's say you're doing a project and you're putting down pavers or you're doing some landscaping, hardscaping. This is going to be a compactor to compact that soil to get the environment stable. And we also have another one back here that has rollers on it, or one with a pad, so you can actually compact over your new stones. If you're putting down new stones, you're doing pavers for a driveway. Had one done last year. Equipment worked really, really well. Now I'm going to let Alfredo walk you through the same products.
So, para todos mis amigos de Connecticut, también aquí en esta tienda tenemos todo tipo de máquinas. En este caso tenemos martillos para cortar concreto, tenemos máquinas para quitar tile. Esta máquina es especial para tile too. Y tenemos máquinas para cortar concreto. Esta es una saw de 14 pulgadas. Esta aquí es una máquina especial. Esta sirve para cortar puertas o para cortar ventanas. Aquí tenemos esta para mover refrigeradores. En este caso aquí tenemos otra para lijar pisos. Tenemos todo tipo de compresores. Tenemos esa cámara que está ahí, que es para buscar cuando algo está roto en una tubería. Acá tenemos otra máquina que esta sirve para hacer hoyos en el concreto. Tenemos diferentes medidas. Tenemos desde 1 pulgada hasta 18 pulgadas. Aquí tenemos otra. Esta es para lo mismo, nada más que esta es manual. Y aquí tenemos todo este tipo de compactadoras para utilizar en driveways, para utilizar en sus casas, para poner pavimento.
Yes, I neglected to mention earlier, we have a variety of compressors up here for different jobs and tasks. This also happens to be a sneeze stake. So if you've got a line, it might be a sewer line, might be a water line, might be something for your sprinkler system. This will give you an image or a camera going down there. We also have a different version that's got a power jet in it, so you can clear the errors and clear the fouls that you find in the line after you've identified them. And we move over here, we're going to talk about those jobs you need to get done outside that may not require a chainsaw. We've got hedge trimmers, we've got a branch trimmer that's manually driven, and if you need to take down small saplings, this is a string trimmer with a different adapter. You're going to love this little sweeper unit. This one nice. This string nicely collapses, so it's easy to transport in an automobile. Chainsaws for those projects that require a chainsaw. You're gonna love that. We move down a little bit farther. We're gonna see this is for removing wallpaper. So if you're doing that do-it-yourself home project or you're flipping houses, you can attach this and remove the wallpaper from the walls in order to prepare yourself for the next stage of the project. And once again, if you're putting down some carpeting, wall-to-wall carpeting, you have the appropriate kneelers you need to stretch that carpeting and put it in place. Alfredo?
So aquí les tenemos máquinas también para cortar sus arbustos. Estas dos máquinas son especiales. Esta máquina también sirve para cortar cosas en su yarda. Tenemos esta sweeper, dices para los driveways. Y tenemos una steamer, tenemos chainsaws, tenemos todo tipo de máquinas para utilizar en el jardín. Ahí arriba está una para cortar árboles. Y ahora aquí tenemos todo tipo de máquinas también para limpiar carpetas y los líquidos que van con esas máquinas. Aquí tenemos máquinas para pintar, que son para pintar líneas en los driveways. También tenemos gatos, tenemos otras máquinas que son para... Este es un steamer, Este sirve para quitar papel de las paredes. En esta tenemos cosas que utilizan para poner carpetas y también para quitar las carpetas. Esta máquina que está aquí es para los ceilings, para poner popcorn.
What's going on, everyone? This is Danny from AllThatGrassLawncare, and we are back again at A to Z. As you can see, Patrick gave us a tour, and I am so thankful for the tour. Got a chance to see all the equipment that they have. I should say cool equipment, because that's what it's all about, right? But as you can see, they not only offer equipment here, they offer party tents, favors, cotton candy, you name it, they have it. I'm standing right here next to Dariella and Katie is going to tell us everything that they have. And yeah, I'm going to hand it over to her. Katie, what do you have? And thank you for having me today.
Yeah, thanks for coming. We got all kinds of party supplies for all your party needs. We got informal and formal tents, tables, and chairs of all different sizes, tablecloths in all different colors and sizes, concessions like cotton candy, popcorn, slushy machines. We got dunk tanks. That's awesome. We got stuff for indoor parties as well, or if you're looking to have a tent outside, we can heat it and insulate it, so you're kept warm throughout the colder months heading into this colder season.
Wow, thank you very much for the introduction. I definitely appreciate it. I'm going to hand it over to Dariella, where she's going to translate in Spanish.
Okay. Hola a todos, yo soy Dariela. Muchas gracias, primeramente Dani, chicos. Muchas gracias por estar aquí y darnos la oportunidad, ¿verdad?, de poder compartir con la gente todo lo que es este mundo de la renta de tours, de party. Nosotros nos vamos a encargar de mostrarles un poco acerca de lo que contamos para sus fiestas, cumpleaños, bodas, eventos de sus empresas, aniversarios, etcétera. Tenemos una gran variedad de cosas. Lo que no tenemos, pues, se los conseguimos, ¿verdad?
Gracias, gracias. Que tengan un día. This is Danny, and I hope you enjoyed this one. We're out.
All right, so now I'm going to talk a little bit about our tables and chairs. So here you can see we got this nice setup on this nice farm table here, which we do rent out. We also rent out more casual tables for, you know, your backyard birthday events. But this is more for indoor use, like these Shivari ballroom chairs. They're also made of wood. We got a few different colors, gold. We have natural wood over there. The dishes and flatware and glasses I'll get into as we head back there. But first I'm going to hand it back to Dariella.
Ok, ahora nos gustaría mostrarles un poco acerca de, aquí tenemos algunos ejemplos. Nos encantaría si tienen la oportunidad de visitarnos aquí en Wallingford. Así ustedes mismos pueden observar acerca de todo lo que tenemos, diferentes tipos y tamaños de platos, vasos, copas, tazas para café, diferentes mesas y sillas.
All right, so now we'll head over to our dish and glassware display. We got your classic white and some glass stuff here. On the bottom here, we have chafing dishes to keep your food warm while your event's going on. All different sizes of plates. This is all of our glassware. It'll take me a while to go through every single one, but, you know, we got like our martini glasses, highball, lowball, wine, water goblets, some serving trays here, fake food. Then we also have our ivory and gold rim collection. Same thing, different size plates and the coffee cups and saucers. We got some cake stands, some ice and wine tubs. That's also good for keeping your stuff cold during your event. Now I'm handing it back to Dariella.
Ok, si podemos mostrar aquí lo que son algún tipo de colección de vasos y platos, calentadores de comida. Esto les ayuda, ¿verdad?, para que en sus fiestas puedan mantener lo que es la comida caliente. Más vasos por aquí. Otro tipo de colección que tenemos aquí, como ya dijo, tenemos diferentes estilos, ¿verdad? Entonces ahí sería pues a elección de usted, ¿verdad? Como la persona que está haciendo la fiesta, a ver por cuál se decide.
All right, so now we're heading over to our lovely napkin display. These are all the colors and different materials we offer in napkins and tablecloths.
De este lado tenemos, aquí tenemos algún ejemplo, ¿verdad?, de lo que son sillas, mesas. Puede ser una buena opción para alguna boda. De este lado de acá tenemos la cascada de chocolate, cascada de champaña y algunos juegos que ustedes puedan necesitar en sus fiestas.
And now here's some more of our like fun party stuff, concessions and games and such. The Giant Connect 4 is very popular. We also have our margarita slash slushy machine. Doesn't have to be alcoholic, but it can. We got some kids chairs here. Our popcorn machine, soft pretzel warmer machine. We have our giant Jenga. We also have the supplies for all those machines. Like we got the slushy syrup. We got cotton candy, sugar, some hot dog things you can see up there as well. We also supply the popcorn kernels, butter, and oil for the machine as well. Actually, here that I'm standing on is a dance floor. This is very popular for outdoor weddings when the ladies are wearing heels and you're in the grass, you want a hard surface to dance on. This would have to go under one of our tents. We got a lot of those too. On display here is our cotton candy machine. And we also got a bubble and a fogger machine. And lastly, over here on display, we have our standing wine bucket. We have this nice high top table too in the shape of a wine barrel. It's a real wine barrel that we just put a tabletop on top of. And we also offer bar stools as along with our normal height chairs.
De este lado nos gustaría mostrarle algunos juegos y máquinas que tenemos que pueden necesitar para sus fiestas. Tenemos la máquina de margarita. Como pueden ver, no solamente tenemos la máquina, sino que también le proveemos lo que usted necesita, ¿verdad? Para preparar las bebidas. Tenemos la máquina de palomitas, la máquina de pretzel, por acá una máquina de hot dog, la máquina de hacer algodón. Realmente nos gustaría, ¿verdad? Poder verles aquí en nuestra tienda y poder ayudarles en todo lo que ustedes necesitan para sus fiestas.
What's going on, everyone? And we are back again. This is Danny from All That Grass, and I just wanted it to say thank you to the team right here at A to Z. They did such a fantastic job with giving us a tour, not only outside, but inside the building. If you guys are ever in need of needing equipment for the outdoor or DIY or even party tents or anything you need, from pretzels to cotton candy machines, man, come check out A to Z. This is Danny from All That Grass, and we are going to wave goodbye. Peace. Thank you so much, A to Z. Come check them out.